So in addition to making your quilt top, we need to work on the backing. And this kit does come with all the fabric that you need. And it's in one continuous piece, which is just not quite 4.5 yards. So what I'm going to do is it's folded over with the wrong sides together like this, right? I'm going to pull this apart and just grab onto one edge of the selvage. Then once I get to my end, I'm going to hang on to these two together and just straighten this out. And I'm going to pull these along so I can sort of find the middle. And once I get to the middle, I'm going to fold it another time so that this folded edge meets the two cut edge from the beginning. And they don't have to be even. We're doing this simply to make it easy to trim off this selvage. Now, if you prefer and you want to take a pair of scissors and just cut along the edge, or use your ruler and do a bit at a time, you can do that. I prefer to get all my edges even, line them up, and then cut them at one time. And it's just sort of become the way I do it. And there we go, get this all straightened out. And it just really works well for me. As I said, there are a lot of things in quilting that are easily adjusted to your preferences. And it's just a matter of how you like to do things, what works best for you, etc. So, by showing you some ideas of what I like to do, maybe it works for you, or maybe it prompts another idea that may work better. So once these are all together, I'm going to have 8 layers of fabric. And let me just make sure I've got that straight. Now, this is, again, where I just want to make sure there's no big wrinkles in here, because if there are wrinkles, and when I say wrinkles, I mean folds, that I have it folded, that I'll have trouble. There we go. See right there? I can feel something isn't laying quite straight, because then I will end up with an uneven edge. And I want to be able to sew this in order to create my my quilt backing. There we are. There was just a piece that was folded over in there. Okay, so I have this all ready to go, and I'm going to get my long ruler. Now, I think, given this size, yes, a 24-inch ruler will work too. I do have a 36 for extra long pieces, but I also use that for trimming my quilt, and that's something that we'll talk about in another video once this all gets put together. Now, when you're cutting this, you want to make sure that these lines on your ruler are in alignment with the edge of your quilt, because this is what tells you that you're cutting straight. If your line is like this, you can see that your ruler is not in alignment with your fabric, because we want to cut a straight line here. Now, with 8 layers, you can probably use a 45mm rotary blade. I prefer the 60 when I have more layers, because then you've got the wider blade. If you compare them, you can see how much bigger this one is, and it'll go deeper. And I don't have to push quite as hard as I might with the smaller one. And when you have a lot of layers, you know how generally we just sort of hold our hand sideways? Lift your wrist up a little bit so you're aiming down just a bit more, and it'll give you more leverage to get through those layers. I'm going to show you the way that works well for me when I have a long length of fabric that I need to cut in half or multiple pieces. And let's go ahead and we'll start with this uncut side that still has the selvages on. I align my raw edges, my cut edges, and I'm just going to work my way through to the fold where they come together. And then I know that's going to be my middle section. And because what we have to do is cut this into 2 equally sized pieces. And so when I come here, I'm just going to put a little notch right there in that selvage. And then I'm going to open this up. And you want to make sure, I know I'm shaking it every which way, get everything separated here. There we go. There's a lot of fabric, so you want to make sure you get your ends on each side, because the last thing you want to do is accidentally cut it as you're cutting your center, and you kind of get things caught up. Now, I'm going to blow my screen up just a little bit bigger. So I have my fabric where it's laying in the center of the table with approximately where the center is. So I have fabric on both sides, and that's what I want to stress, is push those pieces out of the way. Now I'm going to come back to this end and join the selvage edge along with the cut edge. And this looks like it's taking a long time, but that's just because I'm doing it step by step, and I can't just, stand back, shake my fabric out, and let it fall into place, because then I'll knock over cameras and what have you, and you won't be able to see what's going on. So know that this really is a pretty simple process. All right, so once I get here, I'm just going to shake that out and make sure my fabric is going to lay nice and flat, and I'm going to do it on both sides. And I want to make sure that my selvage and edge of fabric is even. So you see how that selvage is going? It's narrow and it gets wider. I want it to be the same. And then that's going to give me a nice, smooth edge to work from here. Okay, now I will go ahead and turn this because you can't see it all from there. Okay, this is better. Now, you can see I have one length of fabric this way, the other length this way. This is nice and smooth. I've got a even smooth edge over here. If this were not smooth, you would get bows like this, and you would see that the fabric isn't laying well, and it becomes pretty evident very quickly that you are or are not in the right place. Okay, so what I'm going to do is align one edge with the grid, and this point I'm going to put on a line over here. Now, this is where the edges of your ruler come in and are quite important. So I'm going to align this line, whoops, with my selvage. And let me pull this down a little bit. Again, make sure your fabric isn't tucked underneath, because we want to cut right where that point is. And so I'm lining this with my selvage, putting that right on that point. And see how nice and straight this is over here? I'm right on that edge. Now, let's say it was like this, where I have a space on to the inside and to the outside. Obviously, I know it's not even. I can tell visually, but I'm exaggerating that so you know what to look for. So I'm going to line these up on the same line on each side. Make sure this line is straight and this line is straight. I'm lined up with my center. And now I don't need my big one. I'm ready to just cut these in two. And I am ready to go. Now the easy part about this is just open up your pieces. Keep the selvage to one side and the cut sides together. Grab your cut sides because this is what you're going to sew. And the reason we remove the selvage is so your seam will lay nice and flat. And don't be surprised if when you pull these together and get down to the end that it might not be off by as much as a quarter or even half an inch. And that will happen sometimes because the fabric, as you're laying it, may not be exactly the same on the top and the bottom. Like, see here, I've got about a half inch there. But that's okay. That is minor at this point. So what I'll do is I will come right here and I will start sewing. This is alternatively, what you can do is go in about every 12 to 15 inches and put a pin in there. And then that just lets you gauge as you're moving along, you know, how your fabric's lining up. Because if you get here and you notice that they're not really nice and flat, just give it just a little, I don't even want to say a pull, but you hold it taut. So you see this way it's very loose. Just pull it apart so that it's nice and flat, and that will help a lot. So what I'm going to do is create a seam here. I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam from one end to the other. And I'm just doing that again to make sure I come up. See, it comes even closer this way. So going through and adjusting along the way to pin it, see how much closer that came? So just be cautious. You've got plenty of fabric. You'll have more than enough to do your backing. And we're going to sew this down the center. We'll press this open, and then our backing is going to be ready. So when we finish our quilt, we'll have the backing ready. Now I'm going to show you how to sew your binding together, and you'll have a quilt before you know it.